Hello and welcome to 5-Year Club video number 158. Do this instead. Tonight's video is just a reminder of a concept I think I've talked about before on this channel, which is that sometimes things are going really well. Like you've been doing really well with your finances and it's been hard, but you just closed out a successful budget month and you're on track for that month, you're on track for the entire year, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm really killing this, it's time to treat myself. Or maybe something bad happens in your life and you're like, I don't want to think about that. Screw thinking about that thing is horrible. I'm just gonna go, I don't know, buy an Xbox One X because it's on sale, or whatever it is. Video games is, I think, something that I think about spending money on and then spend much less than I actually think about spending on it. Anyhow, unfortunately, treat yourself is really a lot of times kind of a euphemism for screw your future self. And it doesn't work out well for us in the long run. So if you're having a rough time of it, be nice to future you who's going to emerge from that rough time. Or if you're successful, make it even easier for future you to be successful by instead turning towards what's hard and just going ahead and doing one extra thing to get yourself ahead instead of pausing and losing the momentum or ignoring your problem and trying to paper it over with spending, because spending does not get rid of most serious problems in life. So the reason why this came up for me today is because I had a very successful May when it comes to spending, and I had a task that I had been procrastinating on for quite some while. And apologies to anybody who follows, Beat the Bushes channel. There's going to be some redundant information here, but I have this pig that I made quite a few years ago, almost 10 years ago now. And I had just been filling it with change. See, it's Elite Pig. Yeah. I had been filling it with change for a long time, and I didn't really know how much change was in there. I think it was about half full, I want to say. Half full. And I had seen on Beat the Bushes channel that you could go to Coinstar, and Coinstar, if you got an Amazon gift certificate, would not charge you any fees for processing your change. And I buy enough stuff on Amazon in a year where I was like, yeah, I can just pay for all my Amazon stuff in change, in the future. That sounds okay. So I went to the Safeway near where I live, and I emptied my pig. It was a very arduous process. I gotta say, it's also just a little bit awkward, when you're in the grocery store and you're sticking your fingers up this pig over and over again to try and get the change out for 10 minutes as everyone stares at you. Yeah, a little traumatic, but I was very surprised. There was $199.93 in that pig. Holy crap. That means this whole pig can hold $400 of random change. $400 pig. Now it's pretty empty now because it's only got about 93 cents in there. Because of course, what happened was the machine, after I went through this process of counting up all the change, said, error, badness, you're not going to get your gift certificate. And I was like, what? And then I read the fine print and it was we're just going to print you out a voucher and you can take it and get cash from the Safeway cashier. And so I was like, yeah, that's good. So now I just have $199.93 bills of cash. And that pretty much covers my grocery budget for the first half of the month. So I got to kind of cross the grocery line item off my June budget for the first half because I have that cash now from the pig. Thanks, pig. And in a sense, I'm eating the bacon for all of June. And yeah, so that's cool. It's that money is not just sitting around in a pig. It will be displacing money in my budget, which means that extra money in my budget will then go into investments, And instead of losing money to inflation on this change sitting in the closet, I will earn money on investments. Yay! Well, hopefully earn money on investments, at least in the short term. In the long run, it'll definitely work. And yeah, it wasn't necessary for me to cash in this pig, but it gets me a little bit further ahead for June. And I gotta say, the things are adding up for me in terms of getting ahead for June. I think of my required June spending, I can easily say that a third of it has been displaced by things that I did in the past that are coming back to lift me up now. And the pig is just one of those things. So that's cool. Very excited about that. And I would totally encourage you to kind of just remember this in your head. That when you're given two different choices, something that's easy, something that's hard, the more often you voluntarily pick the hard choice, then when those involuntary times come, you will more often have an easy path. So the more, when you have choices, when you choose the hard thing, when life comes at you later in situations where you don't have choices, a lot of times it's way better because in the past you voluntarily sacrificed. So I think you can type in Coinstar into like Google Maps and find a Coinstar near you if you have a stash that you need to sort out. And if you live near me, then the Safeway on Hamilton at Bascom, their Coinstar machine doesn't work, so you can get cash right now. Go. Otherwise, Amazon gift certificate's all right. Even if you just buy like a case of Soylent, that's an affordable way to survive for all those days. All right. Okay, that's it for 5-Year Club video number 158. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you will get rid of your change day. And I was about to sing, but then I aborted because I figured that there wasn't anything good I could sing with that. Anyway, that's it for me. That's it for this Sunday. Have a fabulous evening.